Hello. I just want to take a moment and do some toning because I think that it's really important to ground ourselves. And so toning is just making a tune, right? It's just thinking of your voice as like a singing bowl, but instead of using the instrument, you're using your voice as the instrument. So just I tend to do that every time that I'm feeling uneasy. Like if I'm in a situation and I'm stressed out, or I'm feeling anxious, or I don't feel grounded, or I don't feel centered, I find that I do that and just, experiment with different tones, experiment with different volumes, experiment with different just I tend to think of the singing bowls is what I tend to think of, and just the low hum that it makes when you're the birds are joining in with me. But I think that it's a very useful tool for me, and it's cheap, it's accessible, it's something that everybody can do. It's just a matter of listening to your body. And if I go into a situation where I don't feel as grounded, I tend to just or a deeper and I find that just a very quick, it's usually something that I can do in the car, or something that I can do right before an important moment. It's just a quick centering of my body, and then as soon as I do it, I feel very in tune, I feel very grounded, I feel very back in my center. So a lot of times we tend to get into our head, and we tend to get frazzled, and we tend to get kind of shaken, right? But as soon as I just settle myself, right? And then I immediately feel it's going to be okay, right? And then I found that if my thoughts start drifting off somewhere, or if I start just getting too in my head and not in my heart, I'll just refocus, and then back in my heart space, and then go ahead and make a decision. But I feel like that's something that we can all do for ourselves, so that we can be more present in our body and present in the moment and focused on what lights us up inside and what brings us joy and what gets us back to heart, because that's where we need to start operating from, is our heart space. And so the more we spend time in that heart connection, the more our choices and our actions will take us to our highest timeline potential, and that's where we all want to be. So, all right, be good.